fired up.
4th down and goal from the 9. 17 seconds to go. The play clock at 3. Shotgun snap. Carr throws into traffic. Intercepted. Jermaine Pratt has the football.
Yeah.
Coffin nails.
Bam, bam, bam. How about that? It ends on a turnover.
Joe Burrow takes the snap. He takes a knee. And after 31 years, the drought is over. It is no fluke. It is a fact. The Cincinnati Bengals are headed to Super Bowl 56.
Welcome back. Wasn't exactly how we wanted that Super Bowl to go.
Oh, we're just jumping right into it.
But
Pain.
as always, I'm Aaron Smith, joined. Well, I mean, you couldn't ignore it. It was part of the intro. Like, you had to at least give it some credo. As always, I'm joined by the self-proclaimed best producer in the city, Ed Mayhall, and Jeff Howell, who is maybe here or not. Who knows? Are you joining us from your cruiser? What's going on?
Yeah, what is going on here?
It'll get fixed here soon, hopefully.
Are the kids running in and out? Who knows?
No one knows.
We what a night. What a night. What a weekend.
This probably won't be a long show.
It's gonna be a long show. It's always
Really?
a long show. Yeah, we're gonna start.
It's always long.
Last time we recorded, the Bearcats had not yet played Tulsa. The Bearcats had not yet played Memphis. The Bengals had not yet played the Los Angeles Rams. And it has been a gluttony of loss.
Pain.
So
Pain.
as Jeff
Without
and,
love, pain.
as Jeff and I both rock the same sweatshirt.
It's a great sweatshirt. Shout
you
out
get-
Home Field Apparel.
Did you get yours fixed?
This is the fixed one. I still have the other one because they allowed me to just hold on to it.
I mean, because you're in with the media, so that makes sense.
Well, I'd like to think that they would do that anyway. But still, shout out Home Field. My wife loves her shirt, and then I got another T-shirt. So.
All of mine have been fantastic, even after the wash. I'm sorry that yours wasn't good after the wash.
Yeah, my washing machine might just be kind of tough on it. I don't know.
Has that one been washed?
Did you use cold water?
I always use cold water.
Has
That way
that
I can
one
put everything in together.
has that one been washed yet, or is that first wear?
No, this is straight out of the package.
All right. Well, so let's get back to
Where to start?
Just
Just start with UC basketball. Do it.
No, I don't want to do it yet. I actually don't want to do it yet because I think we will probably talk an hour about the Bengals and that Super Bowl loss before we get to that.
Okay. Where do you want to start then? You want to break the game down? You want to do that?
No, not yet. I want to talk about the good points first. Ed,
Yes.
what were your thoughts on the halftime show?
My thoughts on the halftime show?
Please.
I thought it was a pretty decent halftime show. Actually, it was a great halftime show. Let's put it that way. 50 cents came out. 75 cent came out.
$1.
$1.
He took himself to the candy shop. He let him lick the lollipop.
Yeah,
I
that
thought he
happened.
looked pretty yoked.
He didn't, but that's neither here nor
You
there.
didn't think he looked yoked? I thought he was bizarre from D12 at first. Remember the big guy from D12?
Yeah, I know.
We
who
all
you're talking
we all saw the
about.
text. We all saw the text.
Okay, well, thank you. I thought Mary J. Blige killed it. I thought Dre killed it.
I thought Mary J. Blige looked old. out of everybody. I thought she looked old.
She's 52 years old.
Yeah, well then don't wear a one piece.
She still rocked it. Girl got her thing going on. Don't worry about it.
Oh my, that was
right.
maybe better than any of your AEW segments ever.
That's good because I don't have one tonight.
This is already off to a rocking start.
I was kind of confused why from the beginning, I was kind of confused why Kendrick Lamar would be in there, as him not being from, the early 2000s, like the rest of those 90s, early 2000s, like the rest of those folks. But
no,
hey, he killed it too.
Because he's part of their he's part of their guys. Like he's a Dre guy.
Sure.
Maybe first and foremost, because Dre was the headliner, if all things are being considered, right? Like Dre was the guy. It wasn't Eminem's halftime show. It was Dre's halftime show.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, yeah.
So Kendrick is a Dre guy. That's why Kendrick was included.
It's just kind of weird. I guess not weird, but it's just okay. Well, it is what it is.
He doesn't have the pop hits, but that's because he's an actual rapper, rapping about actual things.
What I was trying to say is that he did a great job. I like that song.
Saying ga.
Anyways, also I was kind of disappointed that M only got one song. I would have liked to hear more. You got Snoop out there, lighting up a J beforehand. But you got to expect that from Snoop, right? He's in LA. It's legal there. Let him just light it up, whatever.
Well, they
walking on the top of the houses.
Why didn't they do more with to your point, why didn't they do more with the Eminem the forgot about Dre, like the a bunch of gibberish, some acting like forgot about Dre.
You would think they would have, but for some reason
they played the piano music early on.
Yeah, which also I thought 100% when he started playing that piano and started playing a little bit of that Tupac song, I thought we were getting the holographic Tupac. I thought it was coming from Coachella and it was gonna be great. Matter of fact, I had to go back and watch the holographic Tupac just because I thought I was gonna get that, but I didn't. No, I thought the halftime show is better than years past. I don't know if it's better than the Britney Spears, NSYNC, Nelly, Aerosmith, whoever else was on that lineup year. But it's still good. It was a great halftime show. Great halftime show. I think I rank it up there with the Justin Timberlake halftime show.
Jeff, how did you feel about it?
I enjoyed it, but the Bengals were in the Super Bowl. They were down 3 going into the half. And so, like, as much as I wanted to be, like, really into the halftime show, I was going over everything in my head that I thought the Bengals needed to do to win the game. So, like, I think I could tell you maybe 2 commercials that were on the whole Super Bowl. Like, I just wasn't focused on any of the other, like, things, the extra stuff going on.
I'm sure you missed it. But Geico definitely pulled out the cold cut Icky Woods commercial from 10 years ago.
Didn't even see it.
Yep, they did it.
It's not from 10 years ago, let's be honest.
Okay, well, it feels like 10 years ago. It's an old commercial.
It's like 5 years ago.
Shaq ain't even in it.
You're old.
I'm not gonna let you keep taking shots at me like this.
My thoughts were that I wanted about 15 minutes more, if I'm being honest. Like, and maybe less Mary J. Blige.
So did Evan McPherson.
Maybe less Mary J. Blige.
Stop. Mary J is a legend in the game.
Yeah, sure. With Puff Daddy, and let her be Bad Boys.
Oh man, maybe next year we can get P Diddy.
When they do that show, that'd be great.
The Around the World, nah.
And Chad told me that there was like a Tupac tribute. I thought the Tupac tribute was when they were doing the Tupac tribute when they started playing the piano music to one of his songs, and that was why Eminem took the knee. Apparently, the knee was for a whole different reason. Regardless.
When was there another Tupac tribute, Chad? I know. He's probably not listening. He was in the press conference.
He said that it was like at the very end they did like a bald head black guy looking over the city, like from the back. I guess you had to go back and rewatch. I don't know. I didn't see that, but
I didn't see it.
I would have liked a little bit. I would have loved the Tupac hologram if we're all things being honest.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Tupac. Wait, what if next year we have a Tupac and Biggie hologram?
We'll see. Where's the? I guess it depends on where the Super Bowl is next year. I think it's in Phoenix, so
it's in Arizona.
That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
And then if it's on a Valentine's Day again,
just
your love just hypnotized me.
Just have a hologram of the Joshua tree down in Phoenix, but
there is that.
So
watermelon.
The game ends 23-20. And before I get any of your takes on the game, let's break it down. Rams are up 7-3 after the first quarter. How are you feeling after the first quarter?
I mean, the way the Bengals have gone in the playoffs, thus far, obviously, with a win over Kansas City at Arrowhead after being down 18, like I'm not counting them out. I mean, they're in the Rams stadium, right? But that's not nearly as daunting or intimidating as playing at Arrowhead, especially in a Super Bowl where, from the sounds of it, there were more Bengals fans, or at least more folks rooting for the Bengals than the Rams. So I didn't feel like they were up against any of that. It was more like up against kind of the moment. And I think we've seen them throughout the season, at least, kind of, rise up to those moments.
Repeatedly.
I was feeling like, it wasn't like the Rams had like jumped out to, a 21-0 lead and were just dominating everything. So I was still feeling, I was feeling pretty good.
Ed?
I take myself off of mute. Yeah, I wasn't worried. Because we've been a second half team all year. So I wasn't worried about that at all.
Still, obviously, early on, Rams received the ball.
I was a little worried that we did win the coin toss, considering the stat that they gave out, saying like the last, 7 teams to win the coin toss have not won the Super Bowl. So that made me feel real good inside, nice and warm and fuzzy. But no, first quarter, I didn't have any worries.
Jeff, filibuster for me. I got a call coming in from Chad.
Well, that's great. Jeff, how did you feel about the second quarter?
I mean, here's the thing. All right, like everybody wants to throw out the stats about like, the teams that don't win when they win the coin flip, or the last, like, I don't know, like 14 teams or something out of 17 have won stupid, wearing white jerseys. Like you got to throw all that stuff out, right? Does anybody really think that those are like?
That's all for the books, right? That's all for the gambling apps and all that kind of stuff, right? That's the stuff you sign up for on FanDuel. That's not the stuff that you actually take into account when you're getting ready to play, the Super Bowl.
And so, like, I agree wholeheartedly with that. And going into the second quarter down by what, 4? Is that what we were talking about here?
I think it was something like that. Yes. Oh, and Jeff just left, so it's just me here on the show tonight. It was a Super Bowl. This is super awkward. Hey, anybody live want to go ahead and say have any questions in the chat? If you want to post it in the chat, we could talk about that. I don't know what just happened.
I'm back. I'm sorry.
Well, all of a sudden Jeff dropped out of nowhere, so it was just me. I was hosting the show.
Things are moving for Friday, and this crazy thing that is going on for Friday. I'm sorry.
Well, while we're waiting for Jeff to come back, you want to talk about Friday?
Chad also apologizes. No, I want to talk about. I didn't get to talk about the first quarter.
Okay, well, how did you feel about after the first quarter?
7-3. You know, I mean, that first touchdown by the Rams. It was the OBJ touchdown.
Correct.
And Eli Apple was out here all over social media. I don't know that he was he actually the one that gave up that touchdown, or
I don't think it was him. I remember going back and watching that.
I don't think it was Eli Apple. I think it was Chidobe Awuzie, if I'm being honest. Either way, I don't think this defense expected to give that touchdown up so early.
No, I don't think so either. I think they expected maybe a field goal first.
And it came after the when they went for it on fourth down at the 50-yard line. So I don't know. I mean, like when you go for it after a fourth down at the 50-yard line and you give up the touchdown shortly thereafter.
How did you feel about that, though? How did you feel about going for it on fourth down at the 50-yard line in your first drive?
I was honestly more mad that from that point, when you have a kicker who was hitting 65-yarders before the game started.
Yep.
In the dome or the canopy, if you will.
Which, by the way, doesn't have air conditioning.
I would have been more appreciative if they took the field goal. All things being honest, I wanted him to take just give him the boot. If this is what we're doing.
I think he said after the game that he would have been good from 65. I think that's the furthest he said he would have been able to make on that in that game. You know, I kind of felt that way. I know we're not there yet. I kind of wanted to go for the tie in the fourth quarter and kick a field goal as well instead of going for a touchdown.
I think we're on there. I think we're on their 49, and I think it would have been a 66-yarder.
His longest is 75.
17 plus on the 49. I think it would have been a 66. I mean, that's right there.
Yeah, no, you're right. It would have been worth an actual try.
Maybe more so than what they went for.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought my dad texted me like, really going for it at this time, and I just wrote back, you know, it's a different time. It's a new game of football, and you go kind of by the analytics now. And I like the fact that he was being aggressive about it,
and that was for those who were keeping score on the Aaron Donald was lined up over sides. That was the play. That was the play that he was lined up off sides. That was the one. Not the fourth down in the fourth quarter, but that was the one that he was lined up off sides.
We can go back and look at that all day. It's just going to end up being just like the baseball. We're going to end up
one of the things
robot refs.
One of the things I read about, like from some people who are trying to defend it, and let's give them their fair shake too, is that the center will often put the once he gets the football where it's supposed to go, he will often move it further out. But if regardless, you have a line judge, correct?
You do. Who's supposed to be watching that?
That's the only thing they're supposed to be watching. That's it. The whole job. The whole job. And we're not even getting into the fourth quarter yet.
Well, you got all the celebrities in the stands. The task may have been too big for them. They may not have understood the assignment.
They just decided not to call anything in the first 58 minutes.
Right. They swallowed their whistles.
So we'll get to that. The second quarter. Where's Jeff?
I don't know. I'm looking at the chat. Hold on.
Do we have messages?
He's
He's figuring it out, apparently.
It's rebooting now. There might have been a slight toddler problem.
Second quarter. The Rams go 6, the Bengals go 7. So it ends up at halftime 13-10.
Correct.
Ed, how are you feeling at that point? Because T. Higgins had the no call face mask, which, if we're being honest here, that was a face mask.
Yeah, it was. But you know what? There was also some pass interference calls that were missed in the first quarter. So you kind of look past that.
Well, so T. Higgins got, to Ed's point, T. Higgins was held going into the end zone. If you look at the explanation that was actually presented today on Twitter,
Sure. After 3 days of watching it and coming up with words to say, I understand. Yeah.
I hadn't seen it before today. I'm struggling here.
What did you do?
I don't know. I mean, this thing doesn't want to stay on the bar, if I'm being honest.
While you're fixing that, yes, Canada is whooping U.S. women's in curling right now. I have it on TV as well. I've enjoyed some curling during this Olympics.
I'm not holding anything. It's whatever. But I don't know. I guess like the call that the refs are coming out saying from the NFL is that the face mask was not enough to actually negotiate or denigrate a 15-yard penalty, because it wasn't a grab and pull, it was a graze.
They watch the same replay that I watched?
I don't think any of them watched the same play that we watched. That was a grab and pull.
It was clearly a grab and pull. You saw his head jerk. But again, we also missed a few key pass interferences within the 5-yard line, within 5 yards of the end zone. That, you know,
I look past. I'm not mad about it, because I feel like the Bengals get about 3 to 5 calls like this every game, where there's an egregious, like, either a chokehold on a lineman or a late hit on a kicker, which happened later in the game.
You saw that too, because nobody's talking about it. I thought it was definitely
everyone saw that.
I didn't see any mention about it on Twitter. Of course, I tried to stay off of Twitter as much as I could during the game, because Twitter was a little bit ahead of me.
It was toxic.
Oh, it was toxic for sure.
I don't know. I mean, listen, I guess, like, to Tony Dungy's point, who is one to represent the Shield, I don't want to misquote him.
Gotcha.
I'll look it up here. You got it?
Yep. Give me just 2 seconds. I'll have it pulled up.
And I'll filibuster here. Tony Dungy is one to represent the Shield. He doesn't speak out against the NFL. He doesn't speak out against the coaches, because he is the coach. Like, he's part of the brotherhood, if you will, the NFL brotherhood. He's not one to speak out against any of this, but he spoke out against the way everything went down in the Super Bowl. And he kind of went against.
I think he deleted it.
No.
It's not showing up on his page.
No. Did they get to him?
I mean, he's still defending it on his page, but I don't see the actual post about it, because he posted that night, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nope. Here it is.
You didn't go far enough.
No, I was reading it wrong.
Shocker.
Well, you know, this stuff happens in life.
So the officials were determined to ignore every violation when the ball was in play and only call false starts, delay of game, and taunting. They maintained that posture for 58 minutes and 39 seconds. Then they started officiating. That was bad. And that got a lot of traction. 16,000 likes, 221 quotes. That's
2,320 retweets.
well, and for a guy who represents the Shield, that's a big deal.
Yeah, he was doing pregame, all that kind of stuff. He was a part of the NFL of the Super Bowl broadcast, and he came out and said that. I'm glad he did. Somebody needed to, but it's Chris Collinsworth wasn't going to come out and say it.
So we got a little ahead of ourselves with the Tony Dungy stuff, because obviously we're talking about the T. Higgins grab where he got that 7. And the Bengals' first 7 was it the Bengals' first 7 that came on that T. Higgins, or was it the Joe? No, it was Joe Mixon.
Yeah,
Joe Mixon to T. Higgins came on that first 7.
that's correct. Yes.
So we got a little ahead of ourselves on that. Jeff probably would have Jeff probably would have corrected us if he was here.
He would have had a long explanation about it, but it was a great play, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, who had Joe Mixon scoring the first touchdown for the Bengals
Not me.
As the quarterback?
Not me.
I was asked before the game started if the Bengals were going to do anything tricky. And I said no, because that's not who they've been.
Ever.
At any point. It just didn't make sense.
And then the Rams tried it later on, and it did not work out for them.
Oh, that went real bad.
It went real bad.
But that was actually the Bengals' first touchdown. It was the Joe Mixon toss to T. Higgins, who had the only 2 touchdowns for the Bengals of their 20 points. What did you think of the fake call? It looked good to me. It caught everybody off guard.
It did. It caught me off guard. I was here for it. No, you got to do that kind of stuff to win a game. I mean, I have no problems with that. Again, this is the kind of stuff that we kind of wish that Marvin Lewis would have done, right? With not just the old plain vanilla play calling that he always did. We always wanted the trick plays or the Wildcats and stuff like that. We wanted to do something different that would give us an advantage, and he does that. So we got what we asked for. It worked in that situation.
Kudos. Went into the halftime locker room before the incredible halftime show.
Well, most of the players did.
And I mean to ask you about that. It was 13-10 going into half. 2 players remained. 2 players. Only one was broadcasted, but 2 players remained on the Bengals sideline at the halftime show. Evan McPherson, Clark Harris. Do you feel any type of way about that?
I don't. I feel nothing, no way about that. You can ask any kicker, punter, whatever in the NFL, and they will tell you they have nothing to do in that locker room at halftime. What are they going to make an adjustment? Hey, no, there's nothing. There's no adjustments they can make as a kicker. He nailed his field goal. Thank you. If he wants to go, and he even said, I don't remember who had him on. It may have been Barstool. They had him and CJ on earlier in the week, and I think he even said, I'm not going into the locker room. I'm checking out. I'm going to try to make kicks as soon as they get, start clearing stuff off the field. I'm going to start warming up, and I'm going to watch the show. I'm sure the coaches knew he was going to do that. What's a kicker going to do in the locker room at halftime? Pass that water?
I guess the only issue I have with that is you're a team, right?
Yeah, but they also break them up in the locker room at halftime.
So same as Vernon Hargraves as part of the team. The guy who was flagged for
That's different.
Is it?
It is completely different because you can't run out on the field.
Well, because I want to leave Vernon Hargraves in the locker room forever.
Okay.
To never see a Bengals sideline again after he gets that penalty.
I hope they kicked him out of the post-game party.
I do.
I hope he didn't get to see Kid Cudi.
Did he actually come back? I don't know that anyone's ever documented this.
He might still be chilling in LA somewhere trying to get a job at a restaurant trying to get his big break.
Who knows?
Maybe a cheesecake factory.
It was just a weird thing that happened when he came onto the field in his socks and slides.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I really didn't recognize. I didn't see it. Like it didn't. It's not something that my eye caught during that, and I was like, okay, whatever.
That's because most people who did actually recognize it wondered if he was a fan,
which that did happen later on in the game,
or if he was a player from the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we know we can't do that, right? It's just like in basketball. It's like in any sport. I think all the leagues have that rule. Like if there's and I know this wasn't a fight, but I'm just using this as an example. If there's a fight on the field, on the court, any player that comes off the bench is, assessed a technical or ejected or whatever the situation might be. And I think that's the same rule with, celebrations.
I don't know.
We haven't seen, I don't remember a time, and again, I obviously didn't notice it during the Super Bowl either, but I don't ever remember a time where a player, maybe it was more noticeable because he was in slips and a cutoff t-shirt.
I don't know.
Had he been dressed, I don't think the refs would have even noticed it.
Because why would you notice a player that wasn't that was with the flag?
Time out. I do have to say this. If it would have been the Steelers, it would not have been a penalty.
The flag was on the fact that there was a player not dressed
on the field.
Correct.
There was a coach not dressed on the field once. But,
in a huddle.
We overlooked that.
That was 2015. That was 7 years ago.
It's still fresh in my mind. Still fresh in our hearts.
All right. So we get to that third quarter.
But, again, I have no problem with Evan McPherson being out there during the halftime. The kid's 22 years old. He probably wanted to meet Snoop. It's fine.
We're still struggling to get Jeff back.
I haven't checked my text.
I have. I asked him how we could help. I don't know. I don't know where we are right now.
I can't go back over. I can't go to his house and plug it in. I don't know. But the after halftime we come out third quarter. And we actually went on a little roll in that third quarter. Come out firing with a touchdown, interception. Looked like we were going to possibly start running away with it.
The big T Higgins, the one that everyone has a problem with, because we have a problem with the way that the fourth quarter went. Because again, the refs didn't call anything, according to Tony Dungy. Outside of false starts, there were.
He's correct though. There were 0 penalties in that game except for the slip guy.
There were 4 calls the entire 3 quarters, and that's it.
And then was it the third quarter also? Yes, because it was right after that. It was right after the interception when is it Bernard?
Not Gio. He's not here anymore.
No, sorry. The guy for the Rams. My mind's going blank all of a sudden.
Henderson?
Nope. For the Rams, big guy. Pass rusher.
Oh, Donald?
Thank you, Donald. When I thought it was a late hit on Joe Burrow as he was running out of bounds. I don't know how you felt about it, but that's when a little skirmish started on the sideline. Some people might smush some people in the face. And then all of a sudden, the Rams.
There was that,
football.
and there was a punch to the helmet.
There was a punch. Which, by the way, why are we punching helmets?
Well, that's a whole different story.
It's literally a protective device that keeps somebody from being like.
At the end of the day,
punch a helmet.
It was the Bengals protecting their quarterback,
which I'm here for. That's fine, but all of a sudden, that's what turned them on.
And you hate to see it, the way that it all went down.
But okay, let's just jump ahead because there's not much that happened after that. I even thought we had a chance with having the ball with a minute and 36 seconds left.
Well, before that,
yeah, I know. I'm just trying to get ahead.
The Rams scored a touchdown to take it to 23-20 in the game. And there was an awful lot of...
I scored 2 touchdowns. One of them got called back.
You're right.
Happens.
So, prior to that, you had the Logan holding call. Which is maybe the most controversial call in the entirety of the Super Bowl for the last decade, 2 decades?
It looked like a dance move. It looked like the cha-cha or something. Like when you slide your hand across the woman's stomach.
It didn't actually look like a holding call. It's a thing.
No, it didn't. It wasn't because it wasn't. It wasn't a holding. I told you it was a cha-cha.
Like Tony Dungy said, the biggest issue he had with the entire game is that the referees swallowed their whistles on all of these calls until the last minute and 11 seconds, I think.
Minute 36, minute 11. Yeah, something like that.
Whatever it was. That's a problem.
No, it's a big problem. You can't have a Super Bowl game being, and I know people say, "Well, don't put yourself in that situation. Score on drives." But this is the NFL. Professionals are professionals. There's everybody out there is the best of the best.
All right. So before we get to criticizing what happened with that play, and we will criticize that play, you're right. Don't put yourself in that position. Put Joe Mixon in on 3rd down. And I saw a tweet. I don't remember who it was from.
Probably Chad.
Maybe the funniest tweet I've seen throughout this entire postseason, or at least Super Bowl postseason, which was that the Bengals were stuck on Samaje Perine as their 3rd down running back on Madden.
They couldn't. Oh, the tweet was he kept going with a suggested play or something. He couldn't find you. Choose your own play.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good tweet.
That's funny. That's funny because that's what actually happened.
They got stuck on that. But I mean, especially after you see Mixon, they handed Mixon the ball a few times, and he was gaining pretty good yards in that 4th quarter when they would hand him the ball, and then you're on mute.
4.8 yards, Ed. The whole game. The whole game. He was good. The whole game. He was good. Why wouldn't you bring him in for that 3rd and 2 run?
I don't know.
Or that 4th and 1 pass.
Why didn't we give the ball to Marshawn Lynch at the goal line? I don't know. Was it analytics? Was there? I mean, that's what it was for.
That wasn't us. That was Seattle.
I know, but what I'm saying, that's what it was for Seattle. Did we have analytics that said, "Well, no, we should P run"? Sorry, I meant all of America. I meant Seahawks Nation. Wait a minute. Hold on, the U.S. women may have just tied this in curling.
Dang, I thought maybe Jeff was joining us again.
No. They're going to go to commercial. They're not going to show me what. Yep, they went to commercial. I don't know. But, so getting back to where I was talking about, after talking about, I thought Joe Mixon had a chance, especially after that dump to Chase and he run out of bounds. And I think we could have gone for a field goal and tied it up. Although I do like the aggressiveness that Zach Taylor took with not going for the field goal and just going for the win. There's no guaranteeing who's going to get the ball in overtime. We've already had the overtime gods on our side one time. I don't think we can get that on a second time. We've already lost the toss, or we won the toss. So maybe we won. We would have lost the toss in overtime. Yeah. I mean, we went for it. We tried.
How different is this game in hindsight?
Different from what?
If you have Riley Rife. Right, I'm apparently being take that back. Riley Reef. I've been contacted that I've been saying it wrong all along, but Riley Reef.
I don't know how much different it is.
He went out in week 16, I think.
Yeah,
16 or 17.
I just think the Rams defense. I don't think there was anyone getting past them. I think they hunkered down and they said, "This is."
I don't think you have to double team an outside edge if you have a tackle who's worth a shit.
Yeah, but that's true.
At right tackle.
I mean, how many times was Joe sacked in that game? 7? That's when I stopped counting.
Well, 1 in the first half. That's
like
where they
6 in the third quarter.
That's where they made their adjustments. So they moved some things around, Ed.
Those adjustments did not come in handy in that last. You're talking about okay, yeah. I don't.
It's where the LA Rams made their adjustments. Yeah.
Oh, that was loud, wasn't it?
It sure is. Still continues to be.
Is it really? It stopped.
Yeah, no, it settled down. You good?
Okay, good. I don't know, man. I tweeted it earlier today. I want to be mad at the Rams. Like I want someone to be mad at. Not that get mad at the refs person, but I'm gonna be that. I can't be mad at the Rams. I'm happy for the Rams. I'm happy for Andrew Whitworth. The Matthew Stafford. But I don't hate him. Like I'm not happy for him, but like I don't hate him. I can't be like F the Rams. The Matthew Stafford story was pretty good. I mean, he's in Cabo hanging with his wife, and then next thing you know, he's on a new team.
Do you know the dirty little secret about that, Ed?
No.
When he was in Cabo, hanging with his wife, Coach McVay happened to be there before he was a member of the Rams.
Right. Oh,
weird.
So it's inside. Yeah.
Is that weird? Oh, you know who else happened to be there at that same time?
Yeah, but it was like unofficial tampering time.
Big Wit. There is no unofficial tampering time when you're under contract with another team, Ed.
Well, I mean,
there is no.
You're not allowed to talk to another team.
There is no unofficial tampering time when you're under contract with another team, Ed.
I mean, obviously, it's not against the NFL rules. They talked about it over and over again during the Super Bowl.
You just can't prove it.
There was video. There was video of what's the Saints quarterback, former quarterback,
Drew Brees.
Yeah, there's video of Drew Brees jumping into the pool right in front of those three talking on a bench outside of their hotel room. Like there's video of that happening. Now we could say, oh, they were just chilling. They're talking about how great the surf was that day and how good the surfing was and how they're going to go parasailing the next day. Maybe go on a floatable banana, something like that. Getting pulled by a boat like a certain team did.
They're gonna be banana boys like LeBron. And
it could have been what they were talking about. So what we needed to have was some intel, and we didn't need anything. I mean, it doesn't affect us. It is what it is.
Clearly, it didn't affect us.
Look, if If we want to do some tampering, like if Gronk wants to come down to the Banks and have a cheeseburger at the Holy Grail, and maybe Zach Taylor shows up and maybe Joe Burrow shows up, and they just chill over a cheeseburger and talk
A little
about
different
how great
because he's not under contract. That's different.
Okay, well, put somebody under contract. Maybe TJ Watt wants to come down.
TJ Watt.
What?
He's under contract. I don't know.
It is what it is. It doesn't affect us except for that Super Bowl win.
It's gross, is what it is. It's gross.
If we could have got away with it, we would have done it too. And I stand by that statement.
Huh.
I want to win. If it means cheating, fine, let's cheat. Like right now, there is no steroid rule in Major League Baseball. I hope all those guys are out yoking it up right now. I hope they have all the steroids.
There's clearly a steroid rule.
No, there's not.
Currently in place.
No, it's not. No, it expired.
Well, they're arguing for that.
Where's Clay? Clay, it expired. Am I correct?
Moving on. So the Bengals lose 23-20 in a heartbreaking fashion, as is the case for Cincinnati. And it hurt.
It did hurt. You know, I got a little emotional.
Especially when we see the frame shot of if Joe with this hurt knee that came out today.
We didn't even talk about that.
He had a hurt knee.
Screaming in agony. He
had a hurt knee and refused. He refused. The badass in him refused.
Why didn't we draft Sewell?
To get out of here. Fuck off. He refused any type of just anybody checking on him.
Oh yeah, he went to the bench and was not letting anybody come over and talk to him at all.
So he refused all that. Ends up he has a sprained knee, apparently to what we're currently leaning on as our all just whatever's out there right now is that he has a sprained knee.
There's apparently there needs to be more tests just to make sure, but yes.
It's not going to be something that he needs surgery on. It's going to be something that he right now is just going to need to rehab and get better. But a sprained knee and still goes back out there. And on the last play, he's being, if he doesn't get rid of the ball, sacked by Aaron Donald to a play that many thought that Samaje Perine should have dove for. In hindsight,
Joe Mixon probably would have.
Well, in hindsight, it wasn't anywhere near Samaje Perine.
Joe Mixon would have been fast enough to get there.
Shut up. But Jamar Chase was wide open, and Jalen Ramsey had fallen on that very same play. If he has the knee healthy prior to what he went down with a crying, just screaming agony of pain.
It hurt me just watching it.
Maybe he makes it out to make that pass, but Jamar Chase was wide open. That one hurt. I didn't want to see that. I think out of all the shots, I didn't want to see that one.
Yeah, you're right, because we saw the pass interference plays and we saw all that, but that one I didn't see and I didn't want to see.
Yeah, but that one hurt the most.
I mean, it was a great season. It sucks that it ended that way.
Yeah.
It's just Cincinnati way to end, but
it was.
I held back tears. I was definitely staring at the TV for a good few minutes. My youngest, by the way, my boys got into the game in the last quarter. They were Parker's just sitting on the chair like, come on, Bengals, just one more score. These guys score one more time. He's doing math. Kid's a math genius, by the way.
He's more than you.
Yeah, he got Michelle genes on that one. And then literally when the Bengals lost, Bryce just started crying. And we're like, what's wrong? He goes, I just wanted the Bengals to win. And then we were trying to put him to bed. He's like, Daddy, could they play the Super Bowl tomorrow? And then tomorrow we could win. I'm like, that's not how it works, buddy. That's not how it works. We could play it on Madden and see if we win, but it's not going to be real life. Yes, USA did just tie it up with Canada. Let's go. You're not into curling, huh?
No.
Hey, block that shot like they blocked the highways in Canada. Let's go.
I'm also not watching.
You haven't watched any of the Olympics, huh?
Not any of them.
The snowboarder, Shaun White, retired.
No, we're not going to get into this.
You haven't even seen the men's curling team, the U.S. Just a bunch of dads who are just, all right. Well,
no.
It is what it is. One dude wore Jordans on the ice.
We're not going to get into this.
I don't know, we won't get into it. I do have a question for you because I saw this come up. What was it? Soccer practice site. Apparently tomorrow we're having an AFC championship rally in Washington Park. This feels a lot like a participation trophy. How do you feel about this?
I saw that Bengals Gym was wanting to rally some stuff up for tomorrow.
We had a rally for that.
I think it was the comeback home. I think that's where it
No,
ends.
we had a rally where we celebrated the AFC championship, and that was last Monday before we left for Louisiana, for LA.
I want a parade for second place.
I don't want to parade. Yeah, that's a participation trophy.
I'm downtown. Like I could easily go. Like I don't want it.
Hey, congratulations! You guys almost did it. Like it feels complacent, right? Like it feels like a Bob Castellini move for sure.
I could walk to it if I wanted to, but like again, I don't want it.
Bob Castellini would definitely do this and hand out bobbleheads.
I want there to be a Super Bowl trophy
in our hands,
or that's it. Like I don't want to celebrate that we're AFC North champs. I don't think this is a thing that happens regularly with other teams.
I don't think this happens with other teams. I think this is only a Cincinnati thing. I will do a little bit of research and I'll tweet about it. And my research will just be a tweet asking other fans if they've done this. And that will be the gist of it. But I don't like it. Will I go down there? Maybe because my boys are getting into soccer or getting into football. And it's also going to be 60 degrees, so that'd be really nice. But I'm not here for it. I'm not here for participation parades. I'm not here for PPs.
No.
I mean, if you wanted to, in which a bunch of people did, stood in front of the stadium and welcomed them home. I mean, I'm okay for that. I'm okay with that. Hey, I show an appreciation. Thanks for everything you guys did this year. It was a fun season. We appreciate you. Let's come back and do it big next year. But I'm not gonna have a rally.
Sounds about right.
All right, what else you got on the Super Bowl?
I don't know. I'm trying to just filibuster to see if
You're filibustering for
Jeffrey
45 minutes.
Because I'm wondering if Jeffrey's coming back.
When he hops back on, we can touch back on it. I'm sure he's listening to the whole thing.
He's not listening to shit.
We should.
Just keep talking and
I just tried to do that. I just tried to talk about the Olympics to filibuster, and you're like, I'm not talking about the Olympics.
I should have called him while you were talking about
I'm not talking about the Olympics.
Jesus.
Do you know the Summer Olympics are going to be in a couple years? No, it's a few years actually. Going to be in LA.
Oh?
I'm here for that.
When?
Is it 2028? Is that when the Summer Olympics are? Maybe.
You tell me. We'll both know.
Summer Olympics locations. Oh man, that just took it all the way back to like 1904. I don't want to go that far back. Oh, there was my fan.
Yep, happens every time.
2028 Olympics will be in Los Angeles, July 21st through August 6th. You remember when the Summer Olympics were in Atlanta?
I do. There was a bombing.
What are you doing right now?
There was a bombing.
There was. And Jeff Foxworthy wrote a song. Okay, well now Aaron has put himself on mute, and so I'm here talking by myself again. Let's talk about AEW. So big news out of AEW. Cody Rhodes is leaving the AEW and is probably going to WWE. I don't know how y'all feel about that. I know I'm kind of a new AEW fan. I thought he was an owner of the AEW, but apparently he is not. Let's see what happens. I mean, I saw a joke out there that says Cody Rhodes shows up on his first day and Vince McMahon is holding up a gold dust outfit for him. That'd be kind of hilarious. And apparently there's some bad blood between Cody Rhodes and Triple H, something about a sledgehammer on a chair back in 2019. I don't understand it. I tried to do a little bit of research on it before the show tonight, and I just got engulfed in the basketball game. In other news, I also heard that there's a possibility of Stone Cold Steve Austin coming back to the WWE. I doubt he would fight, right? I mean, his vertebrae is pretty messed up, but hey, who knows? What? Stone Cold might come back. Also on some WWE news, Pat McAfee's show, what's that guy's name? Brock Lesnar was on, basically destroyed Pat McAfee's studio, but also, hey, why did you have to make that sound in the middle of AEW talk? But also, give a pretty good interview. Apparently he is big into butchering his meat, and he has his own steak seasoning. I forget what it's called, but I'm thinking about ordering some, and we'll see how that goes. Hey, good. Chad's here. What's up, Chad? Let's put Chad in because apparently everybody wants to leave me. Hey, Chad, how's it going, bud?
I'm doing good. I'm just getting home. Just made it home from the game.
Okay. Well, apparently I spelled Mourn wrong in the description. Thanks, Rob Shealy, for pointing that out to me. I appreciate that. In case you didn't know, Chad, I've been left by everybody in this show. Aaron just went away at one point, and then Jeff just dropped off the computer for a little bit.
Jeff's MIA. He is maybe not coming back. Apparently his computer is smoking. Who knows? That's apparently a thing.
That sounds problematic. Aaron, you sound good.
Thanks.
Jeff wanted the game tonight?
No, I'm bordering with. I don't know if I'm sober enough to deal with this.
Is that what's going on here?
I'm struggling with that at this point. Sure.
All right. Well, I just stopped in to say hello. Like, if you guys are done, don't.
Oh no, we haven't even talked about UC Bearcats at all tonight.
Nah, we don't have to.
And by that I mean we haven't talked about the Bearcats versus Tulsa. We haven't talked about the Bearcats versus Memphis tonight. Jesus.
All right.
Real professional podcasts have this issue.
Marv wins. Marv was there with me actually. $2 fat tires at Mia's did me in.
That I can see that.
What were you doing at Mia's before the game?
Marvin was sitting next to me, so he knows.
That's not much of an answer.
We go there for pizza every game, and sometimes we drink, sometimes we don't.
Sounds like this time you did.
Tonight we drank.
So you're gonna be in prime condition for the nightcap tonight. Am I gonna have to do this solo?
No, you're good. It got
yeah, this is fine. This is
It's
fine.
No, you're good, Head.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
It got real weird when I was trying to leave and I got approached by somebody else. So it's fine. Everything's fine.
I'm switching hats. Nope, hat's all the way over there on the floor. Never mind.
Is that a different mic, Ed? It sounds a little different.
I've had this mic for a little bit now.
He's just doing different things with the angles to his face.
It's a Blue Yeti.
It's overmodulated a little bit.
Is it? Well, I have it on Broadcaster.
And he doesn't have the screen anymore.
I ordered a new one. Yep, that's what I ordered. Might be here tomorrow.
There you go.
Oh, you're right. My gain input is high. How did that jump up all of a sudden?
Because your face is way closer to the microphone.
You fixed it. Yeah.
I thought you got rid of your dog.
That's my dog.
Oh.
It's not my dog. You know my dog doesn't bark.
Well, and your dog's in training
Yeah.
for 2 weeks.
My dog is being a bad boy right now.
Maybe you should take it to the same training Ed's dog is going to for 2 weeks.
It's over by the old Americana, if anybody knows where that's at.
Not really. No.
Okay. Well, it was a amusement park over in Hamilton, Middletown area. Had a river or had a lake.
I grew up in northern Kentucky, Ed. Middletown is like a different country.
Hey, I grew up in Fairfield, and Middletown's like a different country.
I mean, that is far away.
Yeah,
Far
it is.
away.
It was a 45-minute to an hour drive for me today.
All right, Chad. So
Americana was not an RV park.
tonight we had the UC Bearcats in a very different look than they've worn ever.
Dude, that was the best uniform matchup in the country.
That was
this
pretty
season.
cool. Shout out to Memphis for making that happen.
Yeah, I mean, Memphis wearing the Memphis State Blues while UC was wearing the Cats. Oh, that's as high level as it gets. That's as high level as they get.
I mean, I still hate Penny, but I appreciate him for that.
So that said, Cincinnati struggled against Tulsa, as has been well documented in the conversations that you and I have had.
That is correct.
I heard it too.
I'm struggling here.
I know.
If we're ever going to get sponsors, I hope you're listening to this show.
Yeah, So tonight we take on Memphis, and we know what this team has struggled with over the weekend. And tonight they come back. And after halftime, it didn't seem like this was going to be a team that was really going to hang with Memphis. And they found a way.
Fight.
They found a way.
It came out in
definitely showed some
the
fight.
second half, yeah.
I mean, the reality is Memphis, talent-wise, it's not particularly close. I mean, I was wanting to look something up when I get home, so humor me for a second.
Okay.
Go on, Ed.
Well, Davenport had 20 tonight. DeJulius had 13. Adam Woods had 12. Those were our top three scorers tonight. Davenport was the highest scorer tonight for both teams. Memphis only had had two guys who scored 13 tonight. So there's that. But also Davenport missed a bunch of shots. Airballed a 3 that I saw.
Just one?
Yeah.
May have been 2.
My point wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, so never mind.
Yeah, sometimes it happens to the best of us.
That's why you got to do the research before you make the point, right? If I'd have made the point without doing the research, I would have looked like an idiot.
Okay, I'm taking this one from 054. Do you guys think the Bengals and Bearcats' success puts pressure on the Reds to actually win? Yes,
No.
I hope it
No.
does. Now, will it put pressure on them? No. It will not.
hope it
because
does. They don't care.
Exactly. Because Bob Castellini does Bob Castellini things. And he will, you know what the pressure is on him now? The pressure is on him now to release 2 new bobbleheads. He's now 2 extra bobblehead games this year. And one of them, you know what? One of the bobbleheads might be this year. One of the bobbleheads this year might be a Bengal tiger in a Reds hat celebrating the AFC Championship at Washington Park.
I can't wait.
We lost the Super Bowl.
I can't wait until you have a cover on that mic already.
Did it jump back
I
up?
didn't realize it. Yeah, it's not good. I didn't realize how much difference the cover made on these things.
Sometimes I also get loud.
Yeah, but it's not when you're quiet, it's still overmodulated a little bit.
Also, when you bump it.
Don't you know? Pump it up.
No, bump it.
Oh,
Like when you hit the thing.
apparently you should stop parking in the Corey garage for basketball games in 2022.
It's your brother. Stop posting your brother's tweets.
Well, he was probably on campus. He's a Bearcat now.
No, he's a favorite kid.
He bought a warm up.
Was he cold?
Yeah, probably.
So he needed to warm up.
Probably. He should have just pumped it up.
We lost
This
Aaron.
is what keeps happening, Chad. We'll be sitting here having a conversation.
I'm still here.
And Aaron goes off.
I'm still here. Well, one was my fault. I called him about something.
I know he apologized for that one.
That was on me. I was just getting to my car and I was excited about something for Friday.
You guys want to talk about Friday? I'm pretty excited about it.
Sure, it's starting to shape up to the more lines we're getting in the water. Like when we get done with everything tonight, I'm gonna have to sit down and actually start mapping out.
We're gonna have to do an Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah, because
What kind of spreadsheet?
Excel. Excel, I think it sounded like you
That's what it said too. Yeah.
I hate all of you.
Luke Fickle is. What are you doing, Ed?
That's not. Oh, that does come through on the speaker. I'm opening up a can. I'm sorry.
What kind of like a can of tomato soup?
Oh, it's a Bud Light seltzer. I have the
With a
Why
can
is it-
opener. With a can opener.
Why
draft
is it-
top.
Okay, it's taking 12 minutes.
He's taking the whole top off.
It cuts the here. I'll show you. It cuts the top off, and you can drink it like a cup.
Oh, okay.
We bought it because we were
Tentative.
trying to get them to be a sponsor, and it didn't work.
Tentatively, this is what we're working on so far. Luke Fickle's going to join us.
That's a big get.
Lenny Stokes and Steve Logan are going to join us.
Two good guys.
Cashmere Wright is in the works.
Killer Cash. Killer Cash
Potentially,
dapped up with us at the TBT tournament. Aaron's gone.
potentially multiple members of the UC Bearcats football team.
Past
Potentially
or current?
current members of the UC Bearcat football team.
Okay.
And we're gonna have our sponsors going to be joining us. We're going to have a giveaway every hour from 513 shirts.
Ooh.
8 of the hours will be one choice of your choosing from the
Bearcat Journal shop.
Was that
And
an
then
orange hat?
No, it's red.
Okay.
And the other four,
Oh, now I see it.
the other 4 hours will be the flag.
Ooh, I'll take that.
We're giving away 4 of these, Ed.
It's very nice. I like that flag. I would raise that in my front yard.
You're
So-
ineligible to win because you're part of the part of the production.
Dang it. I'm part of the production.
Ed will be joining us at some point. Jeff will hopefully, as long as his computer works, will be joining us at some point. We can't schedule that though, Ed. Look, Luke Fickle's kind of holding this whole thing up right now
He really is.
because
Well,
I don't like Luke. We don't know exactly. Luke's going to be on vacation in Mexico, and he's going to join us
Which
on the show.
I called the whole time.
Aaron, stop yelling.
I called the
There you
whole
go.
time. I said, Luke will be in Mexico. And Chad said, no. He'll be in Florida.
Yeah, they generally go to Florida, but this time they're not going to Florida. Good for them.
How old's
Aaron,
their oldest?
Aaron.
How old is their oldest?
He's a sophomore in college.
Ready to drink in Mexico.
He's got to stay home and lift weights with the team.
Unlimited drinks in Mexico.
Anyhow,
Apparently there's unlimited drinks tonight at Mio's.
yeah.
I'm blaming this on Marv.
Working on a couple other things. Jim from the Holy Grail, Jim Mooring from the Holy Grail is
okay.
going to join us. They've had a busy 6 weeks.
Man, I bet they have. I bet you it's been nice to have this busy 6 weeks after that whole 2021 or that whole 2020 fiasco.
So he's going to join us. Mike from 513 Shirts is going to join us. It's going to be like, I'm pretty excited about this thing. Like, it's going to be long. It's going to noon to midnight. Like, it's going to be a journey. Mo Egger is going to join us.
Mo.
Yeah, Mo's going to be on.
He's an interesting dude. I like him.
I was going to reach out to Tony and see if Tony could make some time for us, but I haven't heard. I haven't made that connection yet.
He might be running for mayor of Reading at that point.
He'd win.
Yeah. Oh, he would.
So yeah, Ed, I'm really fired up. I'm Wes Miller level fired up about the potential of our 12-hour journey, our subathon on Friday.
I'm pretty psyched about it. Usually at 12 o'clock on Fridays, I'm turning on the Pat McAfee show for his live show. But you know what? Not this week. This week, I'm turning on the Bearcat Journal live on YouTube.
I can't get over how bad your microphone sounds.
For this.
Mo's going to join us early. I was worried about early. Like, I think we can get guests late.
Hey, you know who I ran into tonight, Chad?
Aggressively or just like?
No, it just happened to run into.
Okay.
Keith
Legree?
No, your boy Keith. I saw him at Mio's.
Keith
tonight.
Legree?
No,
from the Inquirer, Keith?
Keith from BCJ, Keith.
Oh, Keith Wettinger.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. He's a good guy. Always a regular participant when we do the live Zooms.
Anytime we do anything, to be honest. Like
Keith's a big part of the fam, for sure. He's been a long time member.
Just kind of cool to run into him face to face. Like, I mean, I have done that prior to, but it was, I don't know, just kind of cool tonight in a little setting where I'm drinking the beers that got me to where I am right now, along with the pizza that got me here.
What kind of pizza did you have, Aaron?
The pizza didn't do its job.
Yeah, the pizza was supposed to soak up that beer.
Not nearly enough. When I'm sharing a large pizza with 4 other people, still not nearly enough.
I love Mio's pizza, but I'm a steak hoagie guy at Mio's. Their steak hoagies are outstanding.
That is true.
And they have great potato wedges.
We have a Mio's out here in Loveland that is delicious.
Great steak hoagies.
Agreed.
I love their steak hoagies. You want to talk about the basketball game so we can do this
finish this thing out.
So we can do this nightcap at some point in time before Aaron passes out right in the middle of this.
Listen, the takeaway from tonight's basketball game is this. They played hard in the second half. Wes coached his butt off in the second half. Unfortunately, this team, it just isn't there yet. They overcapitalized earlier this year in the tournament, and this team is, again, a team that was put together in 30 days, and we'll be fine. It's not anything to get worried about. It's a season that we're just going to have to deal with, and from there, it's nothing but up.
I agree.
Again, I can't wait until you get some type of cover over that microphone.
I just think it's your ears.
Aaron, let it go. Let it go.
Hold me back's almost gone. Let it
Um,
go.
Yeah, Ed's got kids. He knows.
Yeah.
The thing right now is this is a team that is because they don't have upper level talent. They are springing leaks at different like points in the hose, and then you have to go fix for 3 or 4 games the offense was a problem and really struggled. And then they plugged that leak. And then when they plugged that leak, the defense fell apart. And now for a couple games since Houston, South Florida was pretty good, but especially Tulsa and Memphis, now the defense has kind of struggled. So, you fix this one, and then you got to go find where the next leak is and fix that one. And that's what happens when you don't have the program built yet, when you're not on solid ground with where you want everything to be. So it's unfortunate. It stinks. Atmosphere in Fifth Third Arena tonight was awesome in the second half. It was good to see that kind of fight to where they got this thing within. If 1 or 2 more shots fall and you get it down to a 1-possession game, how does Memphis respond? Again, it was a situation, as we've seen in a lot of their losses, they get close, but they can't quite get over the hump. And, them's the breaks.
I love seeing.
I'll keep you in mind, Greg.
He's a Xavier fan anyway. Who cares?
I'm appeasing him.
I love seeing 4 guys in double digits. I love seeing just the way that this team kind of just responded to the aftermath of the at halftime. Like we halftime sucked.
It wasn't good.
Halftime sucked. And they
because you were starting to realize you were wasted?
No, they bounced back hard. Like they came back, and that was, I don't know. I mean, I literally was surrounded by people who were screaming that Wes Miller sucks, and in the second half, like I'm pulling these people in, and I'm like, nah, man, that ain't it. Like I'm literally trying to describe to these people the reasons, and none of it mattered. But
yeah, they're not interested in hearing reason from you.
Not up in the upper deck. I promise you that. But it was I don't know. It was frustrating. But that was where I was, like just trying to explain to these people, that's not it.
Yeah, I mean they're in a funk right now. They're not playing well, and unfortunately, that's what happens when you don't have, and it even happens when you have a really good team. When you have a team that was cobbled together at the last minute, and you're trying to get through a season, and you get into that that middle late February where you're 25 games in or whatever it is. But they're 16-9, so 25 games exactly. Nailed it, Ed. Nailed it. And you're trying to get to the finish line, and it's harder than it seems because you're playing teams that have been together for a while and that are kind of hitting their stride, and you're still putting it all together. So
for a team that gave up 5 guys in double figures, and actually had Mikey. Of all people, be the 4th guy that scored in double figures. I think it's a big deal for this team.
You're really excited about double figures.
Sure. What I mean that we haven't had a game where we
you set yourself up for this.
I miss Jeff.
I mean, you did this to yourself. You did this to yourself, Aaron.
I thought I had 2 co-hosts.
We have to take responsibility for our actions.
Thought I would have 2 co-hosts.
Nobody pays you to think.
You're right.
Is Aaron gonna allow to have beers during this subathon?
At night, once we get through the bulk of it, then we'll probably have some beers to get to the end.
We talked about. I'm holding myself off until after 8.
I was thinking 9, but okay. I'm here for it. All right. So I think that's the show tonight, guys. I think that's it.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I got to stop in for like 15 minutes and hang out.
Man, I'm glad you got to stop in too, because I was here.
Well, no, Chad.
holding
I
it
mean,
down.
like, what do they got to do to get right on this?
Right now, they have to play better defense. Their defense has been shit for 2 games.
That's fact.
Like you scored 77 points against Tulsa. You score 74 points against Memphis. You take 2 L's. If you score 77 and 74 points in college basketball, you should be at minimum 1-1, but probably 2-2. Marvin, this is your fault. You know what I think of every time I hear somebody named Marvin?
Marvin Lewis?
Why'd you shoot Marvin in the face?
Who shot Marvin in the face?
John Travolta. Pulp Fiction. You've never seen Pulp Fiction, Ed?
Actually, no, I've never seen Pulp Fiction.
What?
His microphone tells you everything.
You've
What's
never
in my-
seen...
I've never seen Pulp Fiction. I've wanted to see Pulp Fiction, but I don't own it. And
well, they have this thing now called like on demand. Like you can rent it at home, or they have the like at grocery stores. It's called like Redbox or something. Where you can...
Pulp Fiction's not the Redbox. Let's be honest.
I don't know. I'm just telling you. Like,
where can I stream Pulp Fiction?
I feel like Redbox should be a whole different genre.
Hey Siri, where can I stream Pulp Fiction?
Here's what I found from Yidio.com. Pulp Fiction is available to watch, stream, download, and buy on demand.
Oh, it's on Amazon Prime. I can watch it.
Fubo TV, the Roku channel, Apple
That's
TV,
your assignment
Amazon,
for
Google Play, YouTube VOD, and Vudu.
One of the best movies ever.
So there's a scene, Ed, where John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson are driving. And there's a dude named Marvin in the back seat. And Travolta's got a gun, and they hit a bump, and the bump makes them accidentally fire the gun, and they blow Marvin's brains out in the back seat. And Samuel L. Jackson is John Travolta like pulls the trigger, and Samuel L. Jackson's like, "What the hell is that?" And he was just like, "I shot Marvin in the face." Samuel L. Jackson's like, "Why the hell did you shoot Marvin in the face for?" I didn't mean to.
Sounds like somebody needs some gun control lessons.
And then they have to go to the cleaner, get it taken care
They
of.
do have to go to the cleaner. Not the first time they deal with the cleaner.
No, it's a great movie, Ed.
Is this like an Ocean's 11?
No,
Seems
it's
like it
way,
might be like an
way,
Ocean's
way
11.
better. It's
Way
top
better.
10 movie ever.
Yeah, it is. It's outstanding.
So it's up there with Remember the Titans?
I'm done with that.
Significantly better than Remember the Titans, Ed.
Not with your kids.
Hi, squeaky rubber duckies. Troy, you're making me uncomfortable. Not gonna lie.
It's a great comment in the comments tonight.
Well, we made it. The end of this.
Told you it was
Looks
short,
like
Joe.
we made it.
Hey, look, there's still 6 people watching us.
Don't know why.
Thank you
That's
to
all.
those people.
I think it's me.
Yeah,
Again,
it's not Aaron tonight.
Friday night is
It's
going to
me
be
and Chad. Chad,
Friday night is going to be the pinnacle
Friday,
of
all
all
day.
of this. Ed, when are you and Jeff joining us after work?
Hey, let me. My work schedule might allow me to jump on while I'm actually working. We'll see. I mean, let's look it up. We go. Yes, thank you, Face, for tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. Hey, I'm open.
Yeah, you got to get something covering that mic. That's terrible.
Aaron, we get it. Relax. Relax, buddy.
Thank you.
We get it.
054.
Somehow I've ended up on some weird NFT chain, and I just keep getting shit in my notifications with weird anime NFTs.
I think it's all NFTs.
Okay, well, whatever.
I blame your daughter for all of this.
No, it started I think tweeting the Houston game, during the Houston game, somehow somebody tagged me in something, and now I can't get out of it. I mute 5 of these things in my notifications a day right now.
NFTs?
The tweets of these chains of
yeah.
It's weird.
I know, right? It is weird. I agree.
Well, I think that's the show.
Verified by Act. Okay, I was just making sure. I wanted to make sure I didn't get verified. Somebody listed me as a media personality on Twitter, though. I don't know how that happened.
You probably should end up with the blue check mark at that point.
Get a blue check mark.
I don't want a blue check mark.
We all want a blue check mark for you, Chad.
I'll take a blue check mark.
I'm not interested in a blue check mark. I don't like blue check mark people.
The rest of us who work for you want a blue check mark.
Get a blue check mark for Ed Brendel.
I mean, you can apply for one. You just have to apply.
I did. We got denied. Yeah.
I don't want one.
We're not published anywhere.
I think my renegade personality fits better without a check mark.
Look, there's some really how do I word this? There are some people with some really hot takes on the internet right now who have blue check marks. Where I feel like your renegade personality would be just fine with that blue check mark.
I don't do hot takes. I just call people dumbasses.
Yeah. Well, those people who have the blue check marks with the hot takes are dumbasses. So that's why I'm thinking.
I know, right?
Where you could do that with a blue check mark.
Yeah.
I'd rather
be
not.
Twitter official.
I think people would look at me different if I had a blue check mark.
No,
I wouldn't.
I think they would. I don't think it fits my my carefully crafted media persona.
We just had a picture meme go out for all of the BVP by
what?
Pardon my take that described all of us, me, you, and Brent.
That wasn't me.
That was you.
Clearly
you're talking about the podcaster thing.
Yeah, that wasn't me. So,
wasn't
all right,
me either.
well, that was another episode of Part of the Punctuation. We're getting out of here. For Jeff, who is MIA, no one knows where he went. For Chad, thank you for joining us.
Hey, Jeff. Hope you find your dad and your computer's not on fire.
For Ed,
who stuck around for me, thank you.
For Ed and his terrible mic, this was another episode of Part of the Punctuation. We appreciate you for sticking around with us for 90 minutes, and we'll be back next week.
With that, we got 2 words for ya.